Holy cow. There are so many pollinators here, so many bees. But it makes sense because we're at the Kaleidoscope butterfly garden, and butterflies are also a pollinator. You guys enjoyed the first butterfly, but the Wi-Fi was spotty. You guys asked if we could see the butterflies a little bit better. We decided to do a taped episode for you with Keeper Katie inside.
And here we are.
So it is a really hot day. The butterflies should be really active, because remember last time Katie said the hotter the better. So we said, why not choose a 95-degree day and go film this?
Why not?
What do you think, guys? Zoo EDventures team, Wendy behind the camera, Steve in front. Let's go see what's in store. Come on. Whew, come on in. Well, we got to stay here for a sec. Got to stop here for a sec. Check this out. We have to be really careful when you're coming in or out of here. All these animals are regulated by the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture. So we can't let these animals away, can't let them get out. So we have these neat little barriers put in place to protect them. And the reason we came back here is that when we did it originally, if you guys remember, if you guys were tuning in a while back, it was kind of fuzzy, it cut out the wrong times, and you guys said, boy, it'd be nice to be able to see them better. So we thought, you know, we can do a taped version, which this is, and share the butterflies with you that much more clearly. Maybe get some really good shots of the butterflies while we're here. You guys ready to go in? Keeper Katie asked me to give her a holler on the radio. Education Jerkin to Keeper Hagen. Oh, there she is. She heard me. I didn't even hear her.
We gotta be careful going in, Steve.
So, yeah, watch me. Watch my back.
We gotta watch our feet, too.
Yep, we don't want to step on anybody. Hey, Keeper Katie.
Hello.
Thanks for being with us again today.
Of course. Gotta watch our feet.
I think we're safe.
Yep.
So, guys, say hi to Keeper Katie again. Thank you so much for hanging out with us one more time.
Of course.
Our digital guests really wanted to see meet the butterflies.
Absolutely.
So we thought, you know, let's come back.
Yeah.
Where we can do a taped version. So this one is taped, as you
Okay.
know. And we are able to share information.
Yeah.
So the one thing we learned last time, Keeper Katie, is you said that it needs to be warmer for them to be up and moving around more.
Yes.
So we decided to come on the hottest day of the year so far.
Yeah, you picked a doozy for sure. The butterflies are happy though.
They are really happy. There's so many.
Yes.
Can you give us an idea about how many you have in here today?
My best guesstimate would probably be somewhere between
1, 2, 3,
300 and
4,
500.
5, 6, 300 to 500.
It
Wow.
varies a lot. We get
Sure.
a shipment weekly, so we're adding new butterflies constantly. Every day we add new butterflies.
Every day?
Yes.
That is so cool. Hey, do you know where they get the name butterfly from?
Butterfly. I know where their Latin name comes
Oh,
from,
see,
but
you
I don't
would know
know.
that.
I don't know where the term butterfly comes from.
I thought forever it was they flutter by.
Yes.
So they just kind of flipped it, made it butterfly.
Sure.
They're not really sure. They do think a few things. One was they used to be around the butter a lot.
Okay.
So in Europe and things, we would see them. They'd be around butter, or they'd be around milk, they'd be around things.
Okay.
So they would call them. They were flying by the butterfly.
Ah.
And then other folks say it's because their poop looks like butter. And I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think that one's it.
Yeah, I would not agree with that. I think I could attest that
Their poop doesn't
does
look like
not
butter.
look
All
like
right, good
butter.
deal. That is awesome to hear. But I always thought flutterby. It made sense to me.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
flutter by you, so let's just change it to butterfly. But
Yeah.
the name is unique. They're not 100% sure where that really
Interesting.
interesting name comes from.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
cool to learn.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. A little bit different. Look at Wendy getting some really cool shots. You getting some good ones there, Wendy?
Yeah, they're hard to find. The flowers are so pretty.
Oh, yes.
The butterflies are so pretty, and they keep moving. So as soon as I get close, they fly away from me.
Who does our plants in here, Katie?
So our very own hort department here at the North Carolina Zoo does all of our plants in here. So
All of
Denise,
these?
Wes, Jim, they do a great job in here.
Nice little shout out. Is that a monarch?
Yes, that is a monarch.
Wendy, Wendy,
I'm coming.
Wendy.
I see
Wendy.
it. I see it. I can't go fast. I don't want to scare it or step on anything.
The monarchs are amazing
Monarch.
animals.
Yes, they are. They make incredibly long migrations.
Is it really 2,000 miles?
Yes, yeah. It's crazy to think that an animal that size can fly that distance.
And
but
that
they
delicate
do.
looking.
Yes.
2,000 miles. But there's some really cool things, just because we saw the monarch, there's some really cool things that our digital guests and us can do to help monarchs. Because they are in trouble. They need some help. There's not as many as there used to be. There are these things called Monarch Way Stations. Monarch Way Stations, and we'll share a link with you. And in those way stations, you're able to plant certain plants that the females can lay their eggs on and the caterpillars can grow on. What is that? What's that big plant? What's that real important plant for the monarchs?
Milkweed.
Milkweed. That's right. Every once in a while, it's like, you know what? I think I remember,
Yeah.
but do I? So yeah, milkweed is really important to these guys. And native weeds, by the way, guys, native plants are really, really important. And the true definition of a weed is only a plant that's growing where you don't want it to grow, right? So native flowering plants that are producing nectar, that are producing this material the animals need to live on, is really important. So let some of your yard grow up. Let some of it grow up with these nice, beautiful wildflowers. And I get it. You don't want them to go to seed. Okay, that's fine. After the flower dies, you can take that head off if that's what you want to do. But if you can let them flower, then you're able to the benefits of that really are important to a lot of native animals. Right? Wouldn't you say, Katie?
Absolutely, yeah. You hit the nail on the head there for sure.
Yay. So let's see who's who here, Katie. Can we put you on the spot a little bit, and
Sure.
can you tell us who Miss Wendy's looking at here every once in a while?
Sure. So that right there is a white peacock.
That is not a peacock. I know peacocks. That is not a peacock.
They're kind of flashy like peacocks.
Oh, well said. Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
all
I'll give you that.
butterflies are, I guess. But yeah, white peacocks. You can see them down on the coast of North Carolina and down through South
Oh, they're a
Carolina
native.
and Georgia.
Oh,
Mhm.
no kidding. I
Yep,
did not know
native
that.
to our
That's cool.
coast, yes.
Who's that?
That guy is called a silver-studded leafwing.
Silver-studded leaf wing.
Yeah. So his wing shape is slightly leaf-like.
Okay.
They've got kind of the pointed edges.
On the back. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, the morphos will take you out.
So on the back side there, and it's kind of like it's broken up a little bit. Like
Yes.
it's almost like it's a broken leaf.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. Can you get that, Wendy?
Yeah, it's really. I mean, you can see his mouth parts.
Yeah.
No kidding. No kidding. The mouth
Yeah,
parts.
that's a great shot. Yep, that's that.
That's really
silver-studded
important. So you
leafwing.
show that you had the mouth part there. That mouth part's called the proboscis. Is that right?
Yeah.
The proboscis, and it's like a straw, like
It
a curled
is.
up straw. Do they literally suck up the juices through that straw?
Exactly.
Okay.
Just like a straw.
No
yeah.
kidding. You can kind of see it. Oh, who's she going to up there?
The bacon.
The bacon
Oh,
one.
that's actually not the bacon one.
Oh, okay.
Looks very similar. That is called a blue spotted purple wing.
Blues. They just couldn't make up their mind, could they?
Yeah, no, they couldn't pick between the colors.
Nice.
Blue spotted purple wing.
And Wendy did talk about one. We'll tell you more about the Kraken one later. It's kind of a
Yeah.
fun little story.
So
Who's
the
she
ones
got?
with the green wing underneath,
Yes, malachite.
they're really pretty.
They are. They're
When
one
they
of
open
my
their
faves.
wings, they're really pretty.
Yes.
We'll have to get closer over at a different one.
How about come on down this way? Remember when you're here, guys, be very careful when you're stepping. This is July 20th, and the butterfly habitat is not open right now on July 20th. Maybe by the time this is airing, the butterfly habitat may be open. So if you do come, watch your step. You, please, don't touch the butterflies, but they can touch you. I know it sounds unfair. But please let the butterflies do their
Last
butterfly
time
thing.
we were in here, we were abused by
We were
butterflies.
accosted. I had one fly into my mouth.
Yeah, they were sticking their mouth parts in our mouth, so I basically made out with a butterfly.
No, basically to it. Is that part of the training program here, Katie? Is
Yeah.
that?
Well, if it is, y'all might have been the first to go through it.
I wanted to file a report with
Nice,
HR, but
nice.
they laughed at me.
Where's the video proof? Let me show you. Who's she showing there? Is that one
Let's
of the?
see. That's going to be our giant swallowtail.
They're so
Those guys,
cool.
you can occasionally see them in North Carolina.
The
They
giant
make
swallowtails?
their way up here. This is about the northernmost part of their range.
Neat. And a little stripy one?
Yeah, that's a zebra longwing.
Oh, of course it is. That makes sense. Now that one makes sense.
Yeah, some of them make sense. Some of them you wonder where the name came from.
I'll tell you what, the Hort department, the plant guys do amazing work, Katie, as you
Oh
mentioned.
yes, absolutely.
Thank you for shouting those guys out. It's
Yeah.
amazing what they do.
All the ones I'm trying to go for keep flying away, but this one, beautiful.
Oh yeah,
That's a great shot.
that's one of our owl butterflies. OWL, just like the bird.
Just like the bird. Where do you think they're guys? Hey guys, where does he get his name from? Where does that bird? Where does that bird? Where does that butterfly get its bird-like name from?
I don't know, but it could be looking right at you.
Ah, good one. That
What's
beautiful eye spot.
Cool about that is these blue guys you see flying around, that's the inside of their wings.
Yeah, it is.
And of course, none of them are going to stop for a second.
Oh no.
There goes one.
Yeah. Oh, oh.
Here I go bragging on you all the time. You can't even get a butterfly in the air.
No. Here's some of these, they're more close up.
Yeah.
Look at all those eyes looking at us.
Would you say that's the most populous butterfly in here?
The blue morphos, yes. Yeah, we typically get anywhere between 35 and 65
Oh, wow.
pupa a week
Oh,
of,
great
of
shot,
just
Wendy.
that one species.
No kidding. Great shot, Wendy.
Oh yeah.
No, that's so you get this idea of seeing the difference on the outside and the inside of the butterfly's wings. Now these are all butterflies, right? They're not moths.
Correct. Occasionally we have moths. We had one species of moth in
Oh, did we?
here earlier in the season, but we've since lost them.
Okay.
Adult moths really do not live for very long because
Nope.
they don't eat at all.
I mean,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. They have no mouth. They have no digestive system. They do not eat. Their sole purpose is to reproduce.
So one of the differences between butterflies and moths.
Yep. Exactly.
Very cool.
I can't get over the flowers in here.
Yeah.
Oh, really pretty. So what are a couple other differences while we're
That's
kind of
all
walking
white.
through between butterflies and moths?
Well, one of the major differences is that for the most part, butterflies are what we call diurnal, or they're
Mhm.
active during the day,
Okay.
like we are. Whereas moths tend to be active in the evening, at dawn, at dusk. So they tend to be crepuscular or even nocturnal.
Ooh, I love
not,
that word.
That's not the case across the board. There are diurnal moths.
Gotcha.
But that is a bigger difference between them, is what time of day they're active.
So I'm going to help define those terms one more time. Nocturnal, you guys know, nighttime active. Diurnal, that's your daytime active. But that other fancy word that she used was crepuscular. Crepuscular. That's more dawn and dusky. So as the sun's coming up and the sun's going down. So crepuscular animals, kind of that dawn and dusk. We are open. There goes the tram. You
Yep.
guys can hear the tram going,
Hey,
which is
look,
good.
Steve, I found all the butterflies.
Woohoo!
Wendy,
I got them all in
Wendy,
one shot.
Wendy.
In one shot, I got them
You
all.
do
Steve.
real, they're not leaving, Wendy.
I know.
You know why they're not leaving,
I
right?
trained them.
You trained?
I'm holding my hand
Don't
up.
you dare take
I am
credit
willing
for this
them
sign.
to leave, to stay.
So it's a neat little sign you guys now have, Katie. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's new this season. We wanted to be able to provide people with a visual to try and
Sure.
match up some of the adults they're seeing in here.
Neat.
So yeah,
Cool.
yeah. We
Almost
last
like a
year,
little mini scavenger hunt.
Exactly.
I haven't seen this one yet. I gotta look for that one.
Common green birdwing.
Yeah.
Will everybody always be in here? Or it's kind of what it is, and what you
No.
get.
Yep, it'll fluctuate throughout the season. So some of these are represented in here right now. Some of them aren't.
Okay.
And as we go through the season, we might lose some of the species we have
Sure.
now, and then pick up some new ones.
Because even the lifespan of adult butterflies isn't tremendously long.
Right.
Some of the monarchs
it's
a little
not.
bit longer, but
Yep.
most of the butterflies don't live too long.
Yeah, exactly. It can vary quite a bit. Our smaller guys maybe live for a couple of weeks. The bigger guys are going to live for maybe a couple of months.
Gotcha.
So these guys are feeding on fruit instead of what we would normally see on a plant.
Right.
Is this normal for them?
Yes. So there are many species in here that prefer to pull moisture and nutrients out of the fruit.
Oh, cool.
In their natural habitat, they would be doing this from rotten fruit that has fallen off of a tree. But it is very species specific. I mean, you see we've got owls, we've got morphos, we do have some of the crackers on there. We tend to see the same species going to those fruit plates consistently.
So what's the easiest way to tell the difference between one of the owls and the morphos when they're all kind of together like this?
So the morphos are the ones that have the more numerous eye spots. So they have that full line of eye spots that goes down the entire periphery of that outside wing. Whereas the owl tend to just have the one major eye spot
Like
on the lower wing. Yes.
So this would be more of the owl.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's kind of fun. It is. It's like a little mini scavenger hunt when you come in.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you
it
what,
is.
guys, it is warm. Another little monarch.
Yes. My forearms are sweating.
Your forearm's sweating. Well, you're working harder than I am right now, that's for sure. Trying to find the pictures, trying to get the good pictures. I've heard that monarchs are poisonous. Are monarchs poisonous because of what they eat? The caterpillars?
Are monarchs poisonous? Are they?
Because the viceroy, is it the viceroy that's a mimic?
Yes,
And
the
the
viceroy
viceroy
is a mimic.
Is edible.
There you go. Yes.
And the monarch is not.
Is not, correct. Yeah, and I believe that happens a lot in the butterfly world.
Oh, does it? Okay, I didn't know that.
So pipevine swallowtail is another excellent example of a butterfly that picks up a toxin from the food that the caterpillars feed on, the pipevine.
Yeah.
So they are another toxic species, actually, now that you mention that.
Cool.
And then there are other butterflies that mimic that and then benefit from looking like they're toxic, even though they're not.
Yep. Because no bird wants to eat a toxic butterfly.
No.
So that's kind of neat.
This one might be my new favorite.
Is that one of the crackers?
is. Yes.
So explain this. What's the name again?
So right now you're looking at a red cracker. We've got two species of crackers in here, a red cracker and a variable cracker. And
A red cracker and a variable cracker.
Yep. And it's really cool. Their name comes from the fact that they do produce sound.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so if you're lucky enough to be in here when we've got two males chasing each other, they'll kind of click at each other and it sounds like bacon crackling. It's
think
really
that's
cool.
awesome.
That's why it's your favorite.
I have only heard it once in my time here, but it's
really?
so cool.
And it
Yes.
does sound like you can vouch for the bacon crackling
Yes,
sound.
exactly. I heard it last week,
No
and
kidding.
it's pretty amazing.
That is cool. Just because you opened the door a little bit, do we have males and female butterflies in here?
Yes, we do have males and females, and we
Okay.
have some species that you can tell easily based on their color patterns.
Oh, wow.
What's male and female, so they're sexually dimorphic, but we have plenty of species that you can't tell just by looking
Just
at
by
them.
looking at them?
Yep.
I love that phrase, sexual dimorphism,
Can
the
we
cardinal.
look on that poster and maybe show a sexual dimorphic species?
Sure. So if you zoom in on those blue frosted banners, that's a really excellent example of, so that's the female with those white bars, and then the male blue frosted
cool.
banner of the same species has those 6 orange dots across his wings.
Sure enough.
So they're very different, males versus females.
Their
And look-
shape is even different.
Yes.
It looks like the green birdwing. The green birdwing
Yep.
male has a little bit more color to it.
Yep, exactly.
Down there on the lower right-hand corner, or mid-right. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Another
cool.
great example. The female there is just a little less colorful.
Neat.
Yeah,
Good deal.
They're
And-
just everywhere.
they are.
It is amazing.
It's like a magical little forest in here.
It is. It's very cool.
It's calming.
Now, one of the questions that we got last time, and we can address it now,
Yes.
is what do we do with like eggs and caterpillars? Because if we have males and females,
Right.
and we're not really technically supposed to be breeding per
Right.
se. So what has to happen to those offspring?
So it's not the most glamorous part of the job, but
Oh, yeah?
we have to get rid of them.
Sure.
Because we are not We are not permitted to breed here, and we purposefully do not put in place any of the major host plants for these species. So
Gotcha.
we purposefully don't do that. However, there are some species of butterflies that have a little bit of plasticity in what plants they choose to lay their eggs on.
So not one specific.
Right, exactly. It's not like it's the monarch where they just lay on milkweed.
Gotcha.
So we have some of those butterflies that aren't too picky about what plants they lay their eggs on. We get some of those laying eggs
Still
on
gotta,
occasion.
so you've got to have those, ramp up those observation skills
Yes,
a little bit.
yes, that is part
find
of
out
our
what's going
daily
on.
protocol.
Oh, no
Yeah,
kidding.
and then usually once we find a problematic plant, we'll just remove the plant so that we don't
Okay.
continue to have eggs laid there.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So although they might go through the breeding, we're not going to let that continue.
Right,
We're going to take
exactly.
the eggs and the caterpillars, and
Yep.
we're going to destroy them humanely.
Yes, exactly. And the reason for that is because the majority of these butterflies in here are not native to
Right.
North Carolina.
That's what I was
So-
going to say next.
Yep, so we cannot take any risk of getting the non-native species potentially exiting
Sure. No,
exiting the butterfly house here.
I think our digital guests would understand that. We don't
Yeah.
want these non-natives to go. We've talked about native species before, non-natives. If you've watched some of our neighborhood naturalist, Mr. Bob's work on natives and non-natives, you see that. We don't want to have non-natives being released here. And that's what we saw the sign coming in, that we're
Right.
regulated by USDA and there's rules that we have to play by.
Exactly.
That's fair.
I like that there can be a problematic plant. Normally it's a person or an animal, but I like that in this case sometimes there's a problematic plant.
Yes.
I love it. Great shots. Can we go look at the caterpillars, Wendy? I'm not the caterpillars, the pupa
Pupa?
Yeah.
and the chrysalises.
Yeah.
What's the plural of chrysalis? Chrysali?
Chrysalides.
Chrysalide. No
Throw
kidding.
a D in there.
Oh, you do a D.
Yeah,
Chrysalides.
chrysalides.
Oh, good. Okay. Talk about learning stuff ever new. So this wasn't as full when we did our live butterfly.
Yeah.
So how cool is this? And this is how they come, right, Katie?
Yeah, so they come to us. They come to us just as the individual chrysalides that you see hanging there, and then we very gingerly attach them to the dowel rods.
you attach them.
Yes. Yep. They come in a lovely little package that keeps them from getting smushed up during transit, and then we unopen them and
Is he coming out right now?
yeah. So this
coming out
window
right
is
on the
really
bottom
active
left,
right
bottom
now.
left.
Most of these pupa came in last Thursday, and
Okay.
today they're really popping.
So his wings look really wavy. Is it because they're wet?
Yes.
Or they're wet? Okay.
Yep, they're wet. So he just emerged from that pupa, and as you can imagine, his wings are all crinkled up in there. So he's got to take some time to kind of let those wings fan out, get some blood running through them, and let them dry out as well.
So
And he's white.
Yeah, and he's actually called a southern white.
good observation skills there, Wendy.
I didn't know if it maybe they got color or I don't know.
Some of them are wiggling. Some of them are moving every
Oh
once in a
yeah,
while.
yep. It's always fun when you open the box of chrysalides and they're all kind of dancing and bopping around.
So this is part of their metamorphosis.
Yep.
That change in form that the butterfly undergoes.
Yes.
So it starts as an egg,
Yep.
goes to the caterpillar,
Yes.
and the caterpillar grows and grows and
Yep.
grows.
His main job is to eat. That's all he has to be worried about.
So from the caterpillar to this chrysalis stage, right?
Yes.
So far so good.
Yep, exactly.
And in those chrysalids,
Yes.
no, that's plural,
Chrysalides.
chrysalides,
Uh-huh.
is a total transformation.
Yeah.
And the butterfly literally goes essentially to a slurry,
Yep.
to a slushy.
Yep.
I was gonna say they start gooey, right?
Yes.
And then they
Yeah.
turn into this beautiful.
They do, yeah.
That total transformation,
Yeah.
guys.
They break down completely, and then it's all about genes and cells talking to one another, and that's how you end up with a butterfly.
Oh, I love
it's
it.
crazy. It really is amazing.
It is. That it goes from that egg to that thing that we all know of as a caterpillar. It goes in this little, oops, I just got bombed again by that one. It goes into this little container, this chrysalide, goes through the change, and emerges a butterfly. What an amazing, amazing transformation.
Yeah. And those that Wendy you're looking at now, that's another common butterfly in this area. That's a Buckeye.
The Buckeye. So, I'm assuming this is a fair question for you. Do you know who's in there right now?
Yes.
So they all look a little different.
Yes. Yeah, you can once you start to look at these guys every week and get the chrysalides in, you kind of know who's who, even in the pupa form.
Those kind of have gold on them.
Yeah, a lot of them have flashy gold.
Where?
And it's
Oh,
so
sure enough.
cool.
I think you might be able to see. They have like gold.
Yep. That's the zebra longwing
Oh, is it?
pupae,
Okay.
and they have a little bit of gold. And then the red admirals, which is another common native butterfly, they've got those little flecks of gold too.
No kidding.
And if you've ever seen a monarch chrysalis, you know that has like a gold ring around. It's amazing how beautiful they are,
What are
even
these
in
pretty
this form.
green ones? I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
No, you're fine. That's the malachite.
No, that is the malachite.
Yep,
So the green butterfly we saw earlier has
the green.
a
Yep.
green chrysalis.
Exactly.
That is so neat. So what's it like inside this hut?
So inside there, it's a very tiny space
Is
to
it?
work within, but all we have to do is work on a small little desk to hang up those pupae. We hop inside there every day, pull any emerged butterflies out. We record every single butterfly that emerges.
Everyone.
Yep, so we record all the pupae that come in, and then we record every single adult butterfly that comes into the habitat. And then we do a lot of cleaning in there. It's a small space, so you have to keep it clean.
Yeah.
But we have 2 chambers that we rotate through, so every week we have a delivery that goes in one chamber or another. We're disinfecting chambers between every delivery, so it's a small but fun little operation in there. Yeah.
And is it conditioned in any way?
It is air conditioned.
It is air
Yeah,
conditioned.
it is air conditioned, and we try to. Our aim for the chambers, we monitor humidity and temperature really closely in here, and we're typically aiming for 80 degrees Fahrenheit and 80% humidity.
Oh, wow.
So
air conditioned is in quotes.
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
air conditioned to 80 degrees.
But because we get so much heat from our own environment out here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the AC unit is set on like 72 right now.
Oh,
but
trying to maintain that
because
temperature.
we get so much sun, it still pops up to, I think it looks like we're at 79 in there right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's find some more butterflies.
Yes.
There's so many, I can't stop staring.
Let's see, we got to find one that's chilling for a minute.
Well, I keep finding the ones.
Zebra
we've already-
longwing.
we've
Yeah.
already
Zebra longwing.
Steve's 1 for 1. I'm stopping guessing. No more guessing. Somebody flutter in there.
I think we had that one already.
That is called a polydamas swallowtail. She's a little bit torn up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy.
Those are 2 peacocks.
Are they
White
mating?
peacocks. Yep.
They not realize they're not supposed to do that in this habitat.
That's rated PG.
Yes.
15.
What's that?
That guy is called a hecale longwing.
Oh, say that again.
Hecale, H-E-C-A-L-E. Hecale longwing.
Cacao, long
I
one.
feel
How
like you need
pretty.
to do like a karate kick when you say that.
Cacao.
Cacao. Something just landed on my head for a minute.
Oh,
We had a lot of those going on earlier, that's for sure. When we were here last time.
yes.
They're just everywhere.
They are everywhere. It's hard to get
This
one,
one of the crackers.
hard to get a single shot.
The what-
Yes, it is.
Is it a red or a blue?
That
Is it
is,
a blue?
I believe that's the red cracker.
Red cracker.
That was a great try, Wendy.
I was wondering because the red crackers I saw a little red in their wing, but I didn't see it on this one, and I was guessing.
I think that
Pure
red
guessing.
is hiding up under the
yeah,
upper
it
wing.
was a pure guess.
They can
At
be
least you
very
took
hard
it.
to
At least you
And
took
wrong
it. You
at
took a
that,
shot.
That's okay.
You took a shot.
No
Ooh, look at
lottery
that little
tickets
tiny
for
one. Look at
me.
a little tiny one. Left.
Yeah, I know. I can't go fast.
Oh,
I'm
he
a pilot.
was
What
a
is that?
popular one last time around. You remember him,
The
right?
Aladdle? The Atala.
Yeah, good job.
I didn't remember actually, Katie was showing me that
I
she
was
flipped the
gonna say
letters.
Aladdin.
Atala.
Yeah, Tala.
They were really cool.
Yes.
That color.
And
Yeah.
they're so pretty.
They're beautiful with their iridescent turquoise
The
colors.
Atala. Neat.
Who else is around here?
Still got to watch your step.
There it
More of the owl wings. You got it?
is. Yeah, I had to bring the plant to me.
There
Good
you go.
job.
Yeah, those guys are a little bit bottom heavy, so they don't fly very well. They tend to stay in place.
Little bottom heavy.
Have a lot in common.
What about this white one here? The real pretty white one.
Yeah, so those are the ones that you just saw in the
Oh, the one that just
pupa
came out of the
chamber.
pupa.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
or
those
the
are southern
chrysalis.
whites.
It's going way in the plant.
So how come some of them do look a little bit, they look a little beat up?
Yeah. So, obviously, we're giving them this beautiful buffet to feed off
Yeah,
of.
sure.
They're also in this enclosed structure with 2 layers of mesh, so they're completely protected from predators. So, they get to live a nice long life in here. They get a little bit tattered up, and it doesn't mean that they're then at risk of
Picked
being
off
preyed
by
upon.
predators.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yep. So like birds, lizards, things like that would have eaten them already because they couldn't fly so great.
Yep,
Yep.
exactly. Yeah, so we do have some that get a little tattered and maybe have a little trouble getting around, but as long as we see them continuing to kind of feed and
Yeah.
carry on as they need to for the best life, we're fine
their-
to have them in here that way.
Do
Doesn't
their
bother
butterfly
us.
thing.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, you guys work really hard to keep this predator free.
Yes, we
So
do.
what might eat a butterfly? Let's say something could get in here. What do we have locally that might get in here?
We've got some larger lizards that could maybe go after a butterfly.
Okay.
Another thing that gets butterflies is spiders. You know, a spider will
Oh,
build
of
a web
course.
in the evening, and then that's an easy way to capture a butterfly. But
Get
yeah,
their wings all tangled up. I bet
yes,
that doesn't take.
exactly. And you already said birds. It would be unlikely for us to get birds in here. Knock on wood, that hasn't happened
Fair
yet.
enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, of course, birds would pick them off.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, having that predator-less
Yes.
environment makes a difference.
Yes.
This is so neat. How many of you guys have been here before? How many of you guys have been to the butterfly habitat? It's so pretty. And you said that great word you used earlier. It's peaceful.
It is.
It's just kind of relaxing
It
when you
is.
come
Watching
here.
them flutter, and they all have such different styles of flying.
Oh,
It's really neat
They
to watch.
do.
Some
Good
some
observation.
drop and go high. Some just stay pretty central when they fly. It's fun to watch them.
Yeah.
great observation.
It is.
Well, I think. Do you have a release for us again?
Yes, I do. Yay.
Yay! Let's go check out a release, guys. Keeper Katie got it set up for a release.
So yeah, we've got these adults emerged overnight, and they had plenty of time to kind of puff out their wings.
Get their
and-
wings all-
and get nice and strong. So they're all ready to go. They might start just coming.
Yeah,
out.
they're getting ready to come out now.
Yay!
They're like, thanks, Mom.
That's a brand new Julia Longwing.
That's beautiful.
Julia Longwing.
Yeah.
That's just such a pretty orange.
Well, you guys are watching these guys
Zebra
come out.
Longwing.
You can check out the Zoo's Adventures in Edzucation page. You can check out that group. There's a lot of information on there actually about butterflies, pollination gardens. You can make your own pollination pods.
Oh, he flew on me.
You did.
Yeah.
You can find some really cool tips on Adventures in Edzucation. It's a good page if you're wanting to put some pollinator plants out there, learn some other activities that you guys might want to do. Is that one of the
Beautiful
Buckeyes?
Buckeye. Yes. Beautiful.
It's amazing they get
Those
this big
wings
on
are
an all
gorgeous.
liquid diet.
Yeah.
He looks fuzzy.
Yeah, they do all kind of have a little bit of a slight fuzziness.
Yeah. How pretty is that? I mean, that's got to be kind of a neat little fulfilling part of this position. You get them.
It is.
You're like Cinderella out here.
It is. It's really cool working in here. Last season was our first season, and it's just it's been so magical, and it was the biggest learning curve when we first had to do this exhibit, and it's just I'm so grateful that I was kind of pushed into it because
That's
I have never been so. It's kind of disappointing, but I had never taken so much notice into the butterflies around me in my day-to-day.
Sure.
And now I can't go anywhere without being
you're
sidetracked
addicted.
by a butterfly. Yeah.
because you said last time we talked to you, and if you didn't hear last time, you didn't have any experience with butterflies coming in.
Exactly. I was mostly a fish and reptile and amphibian keeper prior to this. So kind of got thrown into it. The streamside keepers take care of this habitat, and we love it. It's so much to learn, and I never realized the diversity
That is so cool.
and the numbers that are out there. Yeah.
That is so.
I swear, as you're talking, they're all like taking a cue and they're all flying.
Like
It looks
Katie,
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Keeper Katie's talking about us.
Yeah.
And we do have our craft we can
Yeah.
share again.
Cool. How about this, Katie? How cute is that?
Oh, that's super cute.
They're coffee filters
Yes.
and markers.
I love it.
Looks like
And
they made them
markers.
wet.
That's how you-
Markers. It's
Oh,
just markers
cool.
and water.
Nice. That's
Make
beautiful.
them wet, give them a nice little thing. The Chanel, or the
Yeah.
Chanel wires.
Nice.
How cool
So
is that?
cute. Everybody should do
You
that.
can put a little
We'll
magnet on the
put
back
the,
of it, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
good call.
You can put a magnet on your refrigerator. We'll put the link up for you. And remember, Steve and I are here answering questions this whole
Yeah.
time with you, live right now.
Good stuff. Anything? What should people think about butterflies? Let's put you on the spot just for a
What
minute. What
should
should
they
they
think
what
about
do, what do you want them to
butterflies?
walk away knowing?
I don't know. You know, it's what has amazed me since starting in here is just the diversity of butterflies. And if there is another place in the world to appreciate diversity, it's among lepidopterans, the scaly wings, the butterflies. I mean, they're so diverse, and they have so many different.
They really are.
They fit into so many different biological niches across the world. They're on every continent except Antarctica.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I think coming here can really just help anyone to gain an appreciation for the diversity of this specific animal across the world. It's so amazing.
That's a fantastic answer. That's a fantastic answer. I think it's a fantastic way to wrap up this wonderful episode of Zoo EDventures inside the Kaleidoscope Butterfly Garden. It is July 20th as we tape it, so it's not open right yet, but hopefully it will open maybe by the time this airs. If not, keep an eye on the zoo's website, nczoo.org, to find out when this and some of the other places are going to open for you. So from behind the camera, Wendy and Steve in front, your Zoo EDventures team, so happy to have you. Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. We'll see you again soon. Do stay safe, guys. We hope to see you at the park down the road. Bye now.